Astrology is the language which you don't understand. The sky speaks to you. Let's have some spiritual conversation with Dr. Harshal today. Let's come in. Hello, Dr. Harshal.
So good to see you.
Thank you for your time today.
Welcome to my abode.
So, we welcome you to the show today.
Thank you.
It's a proud privilege to have you today.
Thank you so much.
So, Dr. Harshal, to start with, how did your journey begin in astrology?
So this all began 20 years ago, honestly, back in 2003.
Yeah.
And I met a very old gentleman who was retired from his Navy services.
Oh.
And he used to do readings, like astrological, numerological readings.
Yeah.
And my mom actually took me to his place to get a reading because I was like a typical teenager who was into like playing music and having fun into girls and all those things, right? So typical teenage stuff.
Yeah.
But then what happened is after that conversation with this man, my life changed. It's because the things he told me about myself were some of the deepest things about me. And I was just blown away, as if like this is the first time this is happening to me. Like there's no way on God's green earth that my mom could have told these things to this gentleman. How does he know my deepest desires and deepest things of my heart, right? I've never told my best friend either. So I was like, what is this thing? I want to learn this. And that's how the journey began. Yes, and that was the day, and today is the day. I never thought I would practice astrology as an astrologer, but here we are.
So, sir, can you tell us a bit more about astrology and numerology?
Sure. Let's start with numerology.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the days of Pythagoras, the great Greek, the great polymath.
Yeah.
He was the first guy to actually give us correlation between the numbers and planets. So it's no coincidence that the numbers start at 1 and they end on 9, and there are 9 planets as well. So each number correlates to a planet. But astrology actually precedes numerology by thousands of years. We don't even know exact origins of astrology, but we do know this all emerged in East India. So so it's an art, or I would say it's a science which lets you look into the past, present, and future of your life. And we can also heal your bodies by employing medical astrology into this equation. And astrology, where numerology and astrology differ is astrology is way deeper than numerology. You know, over here you're just looking at the dates in your date of birth, the numbers in your date of birth, and also the alphabets which eventually convert into numbers. And we are doing the calculations based on that. But then it's very limiting. Versus you look at how your 9 planets are placed into 12 houses of zodiac, and each house has a significance. So you can imagine how deep it could be. And that's just like a very superficial thing that I just told you about this. That's how it is.
So, Dr. Harshal, did you completed your studies in astrology in particular?
Yeah, so I actually have 2 certifications from Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan.
Oh wow, that's great.
It's a very renowned institute, you know that, you know. So in fact, we went to the same schools, right? So Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan also offers astrology courses. So I have 2 certifications from them, plus I have a PhD in astrology.
Oh wow, that's
and I specialize
amazing.
in medical astrology.
Oh wow, that's great. So Dr. Harshal, what is the biggest difference between astrology and numerology?
So the biggest difference is the depth that astrology carries as compared to numerology. So I believe I semi-covered this topic in the last question. It's like astrology is the deepest way to look into your life. Right? It just tells you anything and everything. So for instance, if you were to ask me questions about your marriage or your career, there's a specific house that I can look into. And further, that can be magnified into like a deeper analysis to look at exactly how the sky looked at that time, how the planets are behaving towards you, how they favor you, how they are not so happy with you, all that. So this is the biggest difference. Astrology has remedies, numerology doesn't have remedies. So that's also another big thing that we can do.
It's
it comes full
actually
circle.
Very deep to know about that.
Thank you.
So Dr. Harshal, from how many years you're practicing astrology?
That's a good question. So I began practicing this since 2007. So like I said, I got introduced to these subjects back in 2003.
Yeah.
But then the next 5 years, I was just studying and everything. And this was in the dorms during my undergrad days in US, in Pennsylvania. Like I became like a famous guy on campus in the dorms that, hey, there's this brown guy who actually just does numerological readings, and he does it for free, so I started off as free readings. So I've been doing this since 2007.
Oh wow, that's great. So what answers can astrology give to us?
Everything.
Okay.
Everything, absolutely everything. Like you can tell a person's appearance too. Like I look at a 7th house Venus, which is, or the 1st house Venus, and I can sure tell this person's gonna be beautiful. Or let's see if the person has a strong Mars in the 1st or the 7th house. You can tell about their appearance that this person's going to be a stout person, or somebody who likes to go to the gym, or just very muscular by default, something like that. So it's just like, this is a very tiny thing, like your appearance, what kind of education you had, what kind of health you're going to have, what kind of marriage you're going to have, what kind of communication style you have, what family you were born in. And we can just predict everything, although, I mean, I'm not claiming I'm God, but that's the kind of power astrology gives man to predict life.
That's quite interesting.
It is. It sure is.
So in astrology, which area interests you more?
Medical astrology.
Okay.
So it's like the planets and the energies of the planets, the way they're situated in your chart, it all defines how your health's also gonna be. So it fascinated me, like, hey, I can actually heal people through gemstone remedies, because gemstones are what? Ultimately minerals that come from Mother Earth, and they carry energy. So it's just the way, like, look at it, the sun shines upon us. We can't see sun's rays, but it's capable of producing vitamin D under our skin. Right? Think about it. It's been scientifically proven that moon's gravitational pull causes tides on Earth. So if these two planets are responsible for so many things, so many activities on Earth, that definitely opens the conversation up for other planetary energies also exerting their energies, also exerting their powers on planet Earth, right? So, and we are getting affected by those. Like, let me tell you, like, most crimes happen during the time of full moon. It's because the moon is at its full power, and the moon is affecting your psyche, right? Because we are 80% water. Our bodies are 80% water, right? And if the moon can cause tides, that means the moon can also affect the water in our body.
Of course, exactly.
And this is where the word lunatic comes from. It means you're going crazy. Luna is Latin for moon. So lunatic means behaving in an insane way or something erratic, right? So coming back to the point, why I like medical astrology and gemstones is because I can heal through gemstones. So even before enhancing your luck, the first things first that gemstones and minerals do for you on a metaphysical level is they're sitting right next to your skin. Like you can see, I'm wearing some stuff too, right? So they are passing on those cosmic energies. They're becoming the magnets of those cosmic energies, receiving it on themselves and passing on to your bodies, your physical flesh bodies, right? So they're becoming the conduits between you and the planet. And it's the job of an astrologer to actually see what kind of energies you need. That's where the astrologer comes in. So that answers your question.
Oh wow, that was something very new to know about.
Right?
And what is cosmic stone, and actually how does it help us? Like, even I can see some of these, like, you're wearing. So is there any significance behind it?
Absolutely. Everything, like, there's a meaning behind everything. Like, nothing is an accident.
Of course.
So the biggest flaw I see in today's society is wearing gemstones according to your birth month. Like, I meet somebody, oh my God, sapphire's my birthstone. Okay, like, are you serious? Because, like, oh, I was born in September. Like, who told you, right? We need to look at the position of Saturn in your chart. Saturn is the planet of karma, and he's a hard taskmaster.
Yeah.
He's not a guy who supports anything like marriage,
Yeah.
So if you are going to be wearing blue sapphire and your Saturn's placed in a really bad position in your chart, you are activating your bad luck by wearing your birthstone, right?
Course,
so you see how dangerous it can be. Like you must have heard the saying that little knowledge is a dangerous thing.
Of course,
right?
Yeah.
And wrong knowledge is lethal.
Yeah.
So this can kill you. Like I've actually seen things happen.
Yeah.
I would like to give you a little story here. So, since it's my subject, and you kind of keep paying attention to what kind of crystals people are wearing. So I was at a grocery store and I saw a lady wearing a blue sapphire on her ring finger. First of all, you're supposed to never wear it on your ring finger because that's the sun's finger, and sun and Saturn hate each other, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so there's planetary friendships too. Just the way human beings have best friends and worst enemies, planets also have their most favorite signs. Like, it's just like, think about yourself going to your best friend's place versus to the place of a person you don't like at all, right? How happy or how unhappy you're gonna be. In the same way, planets feel that way. So coming back to the point, I saw her wearing a blue sapphire, and I asked her, you know what, sorry to just go off track, but are you divorced, lady, or are you having relationship troubles? And she was like, she stopped ringing up my groceries and she's like,
how did you know?
Wow, let's talk, So I said, you got to remove that because that's becoming a blockage. I mean, I don't know, at a glance I can see that you're wearing this gemstone on a wrong spot on your body, and this is the gemstone of separations. So maybe you should get your chart checked.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, she's coming to me for a reading. We analyzed her chart. We got the sapphire removed. We did what was supposed to be done for her, the right things. And today she's happily settled in a married life. So this is how things work.
Okay, so now we can relate everything with stones.
Yep.
And as being like normal human beings, we don't know much about celestial planets like Jupiter, Venus. So can you tell us more about that how it is connected to us?
Honestly, I can talk about this subject till the cows come home. But, so on a very general aspect, like I said, planets have their the groups of friends. So there's a solar side and there's a Saturn side. So friends of the Saturn, friends of the sun, right? So different planets have different characteristics. So goes without saying, sun is the king of planets. Although it's considered a star, sun is the ultimate king of planets. Everything goes around the sun, right?
Yeah.
Sun is scintillating. Sun is shining. If the sun shines upon you, like if the sun is placed in a nice position in your chart, that means you're gonna be famous. That means you're gonna be successful. It's like sun is putting spotlight on your life.
Of course.
As simple as that, right?
Yeah.
So your success depends upon how your planets are placed. So like I said, different planets have different characteristics. So the sun is capable of giving you a brilliant aura. It's capable of giving you success in the world of glamour or anywhere in business, politics. And then let's see, Jupiter is the planet of optimism, and it's just the planet of expansions. So when you see like these big franchisees and any kind of expansions of business and even bodily expansions. So if you have a nicely placed Jupiter, that's going to make you fat, for instance. Or if you have a nicely placed Jupiter in your house of career, your career is going to have a good advancement. And in general, you'll see, like for example, Sagittarian people have the natural ruler as Jupiter. They're very optimistic people because Jupiter is the most optimistic planet. There's a reason why universe chose Jupiter to be the largest planet, right? And Saturn and Jupiter are exact inverse of each other. So think about Jupiter as the big Santa Claus in the solar system. He's this fat guy, always smiling, always laughing, very generous, very benevolent. Just it's the Midas touch. It's no wonder that gold is also ruled by the planet Jupiter. And it's a Thursday, it's the Taurus or Jupiter's day that we are talking about all these things. So no coincidence.
And the cosmic answer, is there any major significance behind choosing this name?
Absolutely. It is the answers from above and beyond. This is the world of the occult, because there's things in the background that actually run things that you see in the forefront. Think about it. You must have gone to a play
Yeah.
you know, a stage show or something like that.
Yeah.
You only see the actors on the stage. But think about that entire team
Who
behind the stage who are making those things happen, right? There's a guy who's working with the camera, there's a guy who's working with the sound,
of course,
somebody's taking care of the lighting, all these. So these are things behind the screen. This is the occult we are talking about. This is the abstract world we are talking about. You know, so that answers your question. The cosmic answer is your answer from the cosmic forces above and beyond. I become the median through which the planets would talk to you.
That was really very thoughtful about.
Thank you.
So Dr. Harshal, where are you based from? Like, where do you conduct all these readings? Because I'm sure there are viewers from all across the globe.
I'm from everywhere, honestly. It's like, see, I was born in India. I lived there till the age of 17, and then I moved to States.
Yeah.
And that's where my life began with astrology. That's where I started my career in astrology, right? But right now, if you ask me like where I'm geographically located, I'm in British Columbia, Canada. So I conduct all my readings and consultations either in person or through Skype, Zoom meetings, or anything that the person wants. Yeah. And I also teach the subject. I teach Vedic astrology and Pythagorean numerology. Yes.
Thank you so much, sir, for your time today. It was really very interesting conversation.
I'm glad you made it.
Of course. And thank you. And even our viewers are interested about this topic, so it would be really very helpful for them.
So for all of our lovely viewers out there who actually made it to this channel and are interested in knowing more about astrology and numerology, please get tuned into our channel, subscribe to my channel, and receive all your answers from above and beyond, all the cosmic answers. I will keep presenting you with 1, with 2, with hundreds and thousands with each passing day of the year. Thank you so much.